Hi team, so I am going to show you how to make this Canva poster accessible. We're just going to go ahead and get started. There's a few things that are going to be kind of crazy, and then a few things that, things might mess up and need to be restarted, and that's just kind of the nature of making things accessible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first download it as a PowerPoint file. For some reason, this just changes the makeup of the poster, and just Canva does some weird things with downloading, and it treats things as images, and that's even going to really come into play here. So I'll enable editing, close that. I'll enable editing so that I can save it, and I'm going to save as a PDF. I'm not going to use this one. That one messes up all the fonts, and it only uses system font. If you do this, I'll just save it on my downloads as a PDF, and I'll replace it because I've been practicing. But here I am. Okay, so I'm gonna make this larger, and I'm gonna zoom out a little so that we can see more of it. So now we can see the whole thing, and I would go to accessibility here. This accessibility pane, if it's not there, it'll be in tools where you can add it in. I'm going to go to reading order, and then you'll see here there's a bunch of stuff. So things are tagged as paragraphs, we've got figures, everything is its own thing. I'm just going to clear that page structure so that I can start from scratch. And then I'll show the order panel to see what's happening here. All right, so then I'm going to drag a box around it all. I'll name that a heading. This is a heading 2. So I've got my heading 1, my heading 2. I'm not even going to worry about these because they're just purely decorative lines. They don't really do anything. I'll name this a heading 2 again. This would be maybe a heading 3. These are all kind of headings because they're just important and bigger. And then this one will probably be a paragraph. Then I've got session topics, that's probably a heading 2. And then these are heading 3s. The order will be adjusted. Paragraph. So just to let you know, I click and drag, and if I'm selecting multiple things, I hold down the Shift key while I'm doing that. So figure, and we'll go in and add alt text to these as well. Same with this, this is also a figure. And then that would be, let's say heading 3 probably. All right, so I've got everything tagged. Let's add some alt text. This one. All right, so now I've got everything, not necessarily in the correct order. Oh, I need to, that says Cal State Fullerton. Everything is tagged here. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to save it because this does get to be kind of messy sometimes with things. So I just want to make sure that I have at least all the tags saved. And if I ever need to mess it up later, I can, but this at least, will be there. Okay, so now we can see that there's stuff, but it's not necessarily in the correct order. So I need to actually change the way that this is viewed. Page content order. So now I've changed it from structure types where you can see the tag to page content order. So now you can see that this is going to be read 6. So all the figures would be read, these 3 would be read, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 would be, I don't even know where 4 is, but it would be all in this order. So what I need to do is I need to make 6 number 1. And there we go. Now I need to make this 6 number 2. Okay, and then 16 needs to be 3. So if you go about it in this way, then everything will be in the right order. 18 needs to be 5. 9 needs to be 6. 23 needs to be 7. And then we'll do sessions, and then we'll name the people after. Okay, so what is this one? 11, I guess. Needs to be 8. And then let's do 12 next. That needs to be 9. 16 needs to be 10. And then we'll just go to this one. So we'll go here, 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 here. The order there doesn't matter. It's just whatever you think that a screen reader should do. So I'm going to make 14, now 11, 17, now 12, 16, now 13, 18, now 14, not 18, 15, maybe 16, and then we'll do 20, 17. Okay, so now we've got all the text. Then we'll go into 18, 19, 20, 21, and then 22, and then 23 is Cal State Fullerton, and that works. Okay, so we've got that all done. Our reading order is good. The only problem is if you go in, and a way to test is if you go to read out loud and activate read out loud, and then you go to read this page only, it'll say like, it'll skip this, and then it'll say virtual workshops for instructors, then it'll skip this and say 2 to 4, it'll skip this and say 9 to 11, because you can see here that some text has the text and some just say image. And so that's an issue. The only ones that don't really matter are these, because they have the alt text. So what we have to do is, I'm going to save it just in case things mess up again. And then I'm going to go into tags. And if you don't see tags, you have to go into view. I think it's show hide and navigation panes, and then you can click tags. Mine wasn't showing up before. I had to do this to get to tags. So now you can see this figure H1, right? We've got that. And then I'm going to what was it? Properties. I go to properties, and then it's staying heading level 1, but then I'm changing this right here, the alternate text, to what it says. Okay, and then I'm going to put it in here as well, but I don't think you need it. I think you just need the alternate text. I need to do the same thing for 3. I go to properties, and Wednesday, January 11. Okay, I'm gonna just test it real quick. Okay, so I just wanted to test it really quickly to make sure that I was doing it right, but I am. That's right. This one needs some alternate text. Okay, and then again, you can just do alternate text. You don't have to do everything else. And if you're ever not sure what is included, you could just go here. So this one I know I've done. This one says virtual workshops. This one I've done. This one says the text itself. This one I've done. This one says the text itself. So now I have to do 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so I have to do, I've done that. I have to do this one. So I'm going to go to properties, both dates via Zoom. Close it. Then I go to my H2, properties, session, topics. Okay, H3, properties, using rubrics and speed grader. Close it. Okay, so I know that the paragraph text shows up, so 10 is good. I just need my next H3, properties. Updating and upgrading your course. 12 is good. 13 I'm going to need this one. Properties. Collaborative learning. 14 will be good. And then my next H3. Assignments. Assignments and gradebooks. 16, 17 I think is good. I'm thinking this one right here I'm going to need. All right, and that should be all good. Let me go back to my reading order to make sure. All those figures should be good. This figure should be good. And then again, you can test it out by going to view, read out loud, and then read this page only. You'll hear what it sounds like for a screen reader. And this is all of the process that you would need to do in order to make it, one, have the correct reading order, and then two, have the tag show up and have it actually read all of the content on here. You notice that some of it was paragraph, some of it said image. It's just the way that Canva saves. Sometimes Canva will save certain text, certain display text as images rather than text itself, which poses an accessibility issue, but that issue is erased if we go in and change the tags and add the alt text to the image tags. And that would be the way to make it accessible. So thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions.